Hey everyone, welcome to my 2-hour review of The Legend of Zelda, The Tears of the Kingdom. A 2-hour review, of course, is where I play the game for only 2 hours, and then from there I decide if I want to continue playing and it has my gold seal of approval, or I am done. We'll start with a summary of the first 2 hours of the game, followed by a 100% honest critique. But first, before we get started, I would really love one of those shiny YouTube plaques. So if you guys could help me, hit the subscribe button to get me to 100K. Okay, summary. Zelda and Link, immediately after defeating Calamity Ganon, are found deep under Hyrule Castle. Zelda has cut her hair short because she is tired of people only talking about her butt. Our hero and princess stumble upon an old lady who is dead but also not dead, and her pet blue arm. The old lady then unexpectedly wakes up from her deep slumber. She proceeds to shatter the Master Sword into a million pieces and also henna tattoo Link's arm. All that hard work maxing out your heart and stamina in Breath of the Wild is now reversed. Link is unable to save Zelda as she falls to her death, but probably just pretend death, and then Link passes out. He wakes up naked with a new arm and no bulge. We walk through a cavern for a bit, and then without a second thought, Link jumps off of the Sky Island a billion feet into the air, and then the game begins after a very beautiful, seemingly cinematic display. It's more or less the Great Plateau from Breath of the Wild. You need to complete 3+1 tutorial shrines to unlock gameplay elements and start the game. Okay, now for the critique. For my short time with the game, what I can say is, it is Breath of the Wild Plus. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. The game is beautiful even at 30 FPS. The ambiance and sound are immersive and comforting. The voice acting is so far great. As for the gameplay elements, the first power you get is called Ultra Hand. Great name, I know. It's basically a magnesis for everything with the added bonus of being able to stick things together. Don't ask me how. The game complements this mechanic nicely by adding powered items that operate on a battery, the first of which is a fan. This gives puzzle solving an added layer of creativity, and for me, made things way more fun. Like for example, there's a minecart and rails, with a portion of the rails missing. I put a second minecart in front of my powered minecart, and then put a floating zonai block underneath the missing rail segment. The minecart I was in ended up falling off the rails and propelling the zonai block close enough to the wall so I could climb the rest of the way. My solution to the problem was 100% not the intended solution. I know that for a fact. But it made me so happy when it worked. And this was just one of the first puzzles in the game. And it seems like this is just the beginning. Like, look at this. Later on, I made a battery-propelled car. It only took me about 10 meters, and I can't steer it. And it kind of rolls backwards after it loses power. And I just kind of actually ultra hand it around most of the time, around obstacles, but it was super fun and I was super proud of it, and I named it the Chambu Express, which is great. But you know, if you're not into building cool stuff, the second power I got is called Fusion. It's more or less like resins from Dark Souls. You can fuse things to your sword, like a big boulder or rock, whatever you want, a piece of wood, or your bow or your shield. So early fire arrows and bomb arrows, if you want, are completely possible. If you really want, you can even put a fan on an arrow and shoot that for whatever reason. I'm sure you could figure something out. But anyway, that is where my 2 hours ended. Am I going to keep playing this game? Absolutely. I might even do a no damage run like I did in Breath of the Wild. If you want to see that, I will link the video down below somewhere. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom definitely gets my gold seal of approval, and I look forward to seeing what the rest of the game has in store. If you made it this far, thanks for watching everyone. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.